Hi, welcome to week number 4. And in the last week's lab, actually, we did UI design. If you remember, the Cafe Latte application, we did it together. So, that application was actually what we wanted to do there was just a simple app with no calculations involved. So, that application did not have any other manifests like uh, calculation, anything like that. It contained only the screen, basically putting different labels like buttons, pictures together on a screen. So it did not have any calculation, it did not have any it did have the button click features, the event control features, but it did not have any calculation feature or declaration of variable. In this lab, actually, what I'm going to demo you is that we should be able to do a screen like this as you see here. So what does this screen contain? It's a it's a mock-up of a beach bike rentals application, and it's a Windows form. To make it very clear, it's not a website, it's a Windows form. And then you can see the fields. You have the heading called beach bike rentals. Then you have the next field is what is the cost of rental. $9.95 per day, 9.95 per day. So it is a label, and this $9.95 is not something that anyone could edit. It is a fixed field. And then the next field is we have to enter is the number of rental days. For illustration purpose, you can see that so there are two objects here. Number one is the level object, number of rental days, and number two is a text box. So text box is an object where you can have text, and user actually, that's an input basically. So user can enter some text there. And then the next field is total cost of bike rental. That's a label, and then there should be another label on the right, to the right of that, right hand side of that. So that label should reflect the total cost actually. So how do you calculate the total cost? So let's say if you there are three buttons you see below. First is the find cost, second is the clear, third is the exit. So as you click on find cost, this button, so you already know from your first exercise, first lab, that how to click the button, how to associate the button with some code, right? By double clicking that button on the Visual Studio, you go to the code and you add whatever you want to do there. So it's an event controlling thing. So here, when a user clicks find cost, then the program will do some arithmetic operation, which is the multiplication of 4. Here 4 is the number of days. Just to let you know, user could enter anything there. They could rent a bike like 7 days, then it would be 7. So whatever days that a user enters, that number multiplied by $9.95. So whatever the ultimate amounts comes in, that will be displayed here. Then you have a clear button. So clear button, what it does pretty much, it will clear the number of days, clear all fields. All fields means this 4 number of days, it will be blank, and then also total cost of bike rental, nothing will be showed there. So these two fields will be blank. And exit will be the exit. You already know, right? Window close type of thing. and then below is a picture illustrating a bike. So we will upload that picture to the form. Okay, so that is our requirement, and what we are going to do now, basically we will put the requirement here at the side, to the side of my side of our window, and then we will start coding in this lab. So the first step, let's quit Visual Studio. First step is to start up the Visual Studio. um, Now, before I start up, I would like to remind you that we spoke about that ELAC lab environment. If you remember, why do we use ELAC lab? That is called Aporto, and some of you may have some issues with their devices where Visual Studio cannot be installed or you cannot run it. Whatever be the reason, if you cannot do the labs using your own device, then we have a solution for you at ELAC, that is Aporto. That is a virtual lab. You get everything via cloud, so you don't have to be in person on the campus. All you need to do is to get into Aporto and start your code. So it is very simple. It goes with your single sign-on with LACCD portal. So you have, for example, if you see the modules in our course, you will see these links, and then you see Aporto. So on Aporto, if you click, you will see this link here, this tab. Once you click this tab, you will be this tab will take you to the ELAC's virtual computing environment. So basically virtual machine, and you have their Visual Studio installed, you know. So they have Visual Studio. Maybe it is a little lower version 2019, but it doesn't matter which version you are using as far as our codes are concerned. So you should be able to start and run Visual Studio there, do all the coding. You can download everything, you can put everything to GitHub if you want to. So it is illustrated in this basically in this lecture, how to use a portal. So I put together some instructions, I recorded it myself and put it there, so you could basically see how to use this portal, this very nice portal. So if you have any question, if you are further stuck with doing any lab due to the fact that your device does not support Visual Studio, you should use Aporto. If you cannot use Aporto, then you should go to you should call you should get in touch with the lab department, which is here. If you go to the syllabus, and there is a lab there is a lab contact. Let me find it for you here. See, so you should talk to Mr. Dat Dang, or Mr. William Kwan. So they will be able to help you with this Aporto. Uh, so that's about it. And if you, of course, if you want to go there in person and do the lab, that's okay as well. It's up to you. I thought that you might want to do the lab virtually by internet, so that's the solution. Okay, so let me start a new project. So I'm creating a new project. Again, it's a Visual Basic project, and which we shall use, Windows Forms app. So let's create one such and call it bike rental application. So create, let's size the Studio in a way that we can see the requirement at the same time. So let's create it. So we are creating this one. So I have to size it properly again. Here it is. And this is this. So you can see gracefully that this Windows form is created as usual. So let's try it first if it works. And yes, I mean it is working. So you can see the blank form is working. So we can add more things on the top of that. So first thing first, let's change the name of the text. Call it beach bike rental. Okay, and then let's name the form little differently. Let's call it BBB form, beach bike rental, BBB. So that is about it. And then we need to make a small change. I mean, if you start, you will see that error. You will immediately see an error pops up. Do no, and then you go there. Here's how you go to the place where the error occurs. So if you go there, here, so form 1 does not exist anymore. So all you should do is dot bbb form, and that's about it. I think we are good now. Let's do another thing. Let's rename it, like make it bbb form. So that's good, and now we can start it again, and you can see that we have this form. So we are in the right direction. So now next, what is the next item? The next item is to add the header beach bike rentals. I mean, if you practice these labs, you will find to some extent Visual Basic is pretty much cookie cutter. I mean, creating an UI using Visual Basic is very simple. It's a very cookie cutter approach. So let's do that. Let's pursue that approach again. So level 1, put it here, name it, call it beach bike rental, and we need to change the font. Where is the font? So you should find it, uh, you should order it alphabetically, and then you should find it here. So make it Arial. I mean, it doesn't matter what font you use, you can use anything of your choice. Let's make it bold 14. I mean, it's bigger one. And that's about it. So if we, for some reason, if I do format and then try to do center in form, it doesn't work that way. So let's put it there. I mean, those are the minor um, designing aspect. So if you restart it, you can see this one shows up here. So that's good. So it should be rentals rather rental. So rentals. Okay. So that's good. So why it is so rentals. Okay, that's good. Now the next requirement is to add another level, $9.95 per day. So what we are going to do in the initial attempt, we will not put $9.99 $0.95 because that will be injected to the level via some Why some variables? We'll show it later. So let's do it like this. Text is um, why it is level 2, so this one must be level 1 somewhere. So name should be um, level header. Okay, so now we can see the level 2 can be changed to um, dollar x point xx per day. Okay, so that's about it. And let's change the font as well, so make it level cost per day. So that's about it. And let's change the font. That's what we're talking about, right? So where is the font? It should be right here alphabetically. So you can do it here. Arial, um, regular, and then make it 10. So that looks okay. XXX per day. So let's place it a little bit top. Here you are. So that's about it. Okay. So the next step is adding another label, number of rental days. So again we have to fetch a label. So here, so we should say number of rental days and label num rental days. So there should be another level. Okay, let's change the um, font as well here. So where is the font? It should be right here. Here we can make it Arial as usual. Uh, then Arial regular 10, right? That's good. Now number of rental days, I mean, now we should have a text box here. So where is our text box? So MNOPQRST text box is right here. Can you see it? So you put it here. This one. So on the text box actually, let's text. Let's put 88. I mean, there is a reason why I'm putting it, because I want to be. I want to make sure that number of days is basically I can accommodate this many number of days. Let us say it 88. Let's make a provision for 3-digit numbers. I know that bikes will not be rented for that long. Beach, it's a vacation place. Still, let's put that, and then make the label as num rental days value text box. So that's about it. Now you can and also alignment. Let's see. So it should be like this. So you see, I mean, it is aligned with the bottom, so that's good. And then if you let's quickly display it to see everything is fine. See here, everything is fine. So what we should do now, we should get rid of this 88 888 the value. We don't need it. Put three spaces here, so that That's about it. Now we are here up to this point. Now next level is total cost of bike rental. So where is the level again? So here is the level. Can you see it? So here we can put something like this one. Total cost of bike rental. Okay. Level total cost rental. This is the name of the level. So we have to change the font, right? So go to Arial and then go to regular, go to 10. That's it. So at this point actually you need another level which will be the total. So let's go to the total. So let's go to the level, another level, this one, and call it, let's say this will be um, 9999.99. Let's say, I mean, value will be like this. This is the maximum value. Let's, so this one, and then, I mean, why I'm putting, do you know? Because I'm trying to make the space of those many digits. There is no intent of putting any placeholder value. Let's be very clear. This 9999.99 is placed to make space for that many digits on the screen. This is purely a screen development. There is no logic, nothing here. So we call it level total cost. Okay, and I think we need to change the font as well. So that's about it. Now we can go there and get rid of these numbers, but we have to make sure six, how many points? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. 8 digit space is there. That's good. So we have that level there somewhere. Now comes three buttons, right? So go to button. So first button should be here. Let's put it like here, and call it find cost. Make it bigger a little bit, and let's call find cost button. Then as usual change the font of it. So where is the font? It should be here. So make it Arial. I mean, I'm making it Arial does not mean you have to. I mean, it's a guideline. It's not a mandate. So this one, you can also change the background as well. Back color, you can make it so web, and then you can do it like this, little yellowish. Okay, this is find cost. And then there is another button we need to create, that is where is the button here, that is for clear, right? So the clear button, call it clear. Then again change the name, clear button, and then also change the font. I mean, it's cookie cutter, as I said consistently. You more you do it, more you will be faster. So that's about it. And then let's change the back color. Where is the back color? So back color is here. So web and then yellow. That's about it. Then let's make it a little bigger so that everything is very clearly visible. Then next field is exit, right? Next button is exit. Let's make it here. So call it exit. Um, Change the name, exit button. Next what? You remember it. Font, right? So you go to the font, Arial regular 10. That's about it. And then make it little bigger, and then you can change the back color. Very good. So we have everything but the image. Now let's I will give you the image for this. Don't worry about it, but let me bring the image. So picture box, right? That is the object we have to bring here. So picture box, and let's make the picture box little bigger. So in the picture box we need to put the image. Where is the image? So how do you build the image there? So there should be some image here. So no image is there, so we have to import this one. So this is there, but then we have to basically um, we need to do the size mode. It should be stretch image, so like this. Doesn't look good, right? So we can basically make it little, this one. That should be it. That's okay. So that's your UI. So let's try it out, and you can see clearly that it's there. So it's working, right? But here we need to make the button more prominent. So yeah, so try it again. Now you can see everything looks good. So I think we are satisfied with the UI. Don't spend too much time with your UI. Um, Not because we don't want to, but I mean there is no point, right? So you could easily. You don't need to do that. Okay, that's okay. That's fine. So now let's try work on adding code behind your buttons. So first thing first, let's do that um, find cost. So how do you have code there? So let's go back there, clear, and then exit. So we are adding code behind the um, behind each of the design here. So basically button load, I mean everything is there. So exit is the easiest, so you do close. So if you do that, and let's try it out. So if you do exit, it is gone. So we are good with the exit. This is the easiest form. Now first we have to do the find cost. Okay, so here actually when we do the cost, we involve the multiplication, variable declaration, all those things. So we need to be very careful that appropriate types of variables are passed in. So in order to facilitate that, what we should do, basically we need to go to the form class here and do a small change. So we put it here like option strict on, so what does it do, option strict on? Any idea? So option strict statement, option the I mean when you do the option strict on, turned on, I mean this statement turns on error and warning, checking for all three all conditions. I mean, um, so so option strict basically restricts implicit data type conversions. So what does that mean? It means that we will see that when we have the fields here here, for example, under the text box, everything is text by design on the UI. So we don't expect it to be text, right? We expect it to be number. So any conversion we should not, so when you do option strict on, then it will restrict, it will not let anything else than integer to be there. I mean, if it happens, then it will throw error or warning when it does the calculation. So that's why we put it there. Okay, so let's move on. So we have it there, option strict on thing is there. So now let's code the find cost, right? So before that, actually, we need to understand that this field actually, x dot x, what is the bike rental cost per day? So for that, actually, we define a constant variable, constant, then we do underscore CDEC price per day. This is the variable name. Underscore means it will be used, it's a global variable. Constant decimal equals 9.95 D, right? So now let's go here. Now how do you define, we have already seen that from the lecture, how do you define a variable? So the way we define a variable is dim in Visual Basic, dim. Now we need several things. Let's say string number of days as string. Then we have another variable called this number of days needs to be converted to integer, right? Why I'm doing this? Because here this value here, it will be some text value. Text means string, so that's why it is string, in order to retrieve that value from the text box and then we convert it to integer. Is it understandable? Now total cost, guess what type of variable will it be? You are right, it is I mean, I'm assuming that you are right. It is basically a decimal, right? Decimal means floating point number, some fractional, not fractional, I mean that involves some digits after the decimal point. So now let's retrieve this string number of days. String number of days equals, we have to go to label, so not label, it should be number of days value text box dot t dot text. So this is the value. Now convert it to integer. So int number of days. What we are going to do, we will be use the convert function, convert to int 32, let's say 32 bits integer, and then make it string number of days. So that's it. Then we have to calculate the total cost. Total, so let's say decimal total cost equals int number of days, right? And now multiplication, this is done by a star symbol, as you know, underscore CDEC, this guy. So this is the total cost. So total cost is basically how many days times what is the cost per day. It's simple math. Then you have to populate the total cost back into that level that you declare here somewhere here in this level. So level total cost, how do you do that? So you can do level total cost dot text equals dec total cost dot to string. Now you have to put C. What does this C do? It will print the decimal value up to 2 decimal point and put a dollar sign in front of it. It's for currency. C stands for currency. Okay, so that's about it. So if we test it now, let's test it, this particular functionality. Let's put let's say 10 days, find cost, and you see 99.50. This x dot, it is still x dot xx because we haven't changed it. So let's exit it now. So when do we declare this $19.9599? So when the form loads, right? So what we should do, BBB form load here. Whenever the form loads, at that time this particular code is executed. So we should be doing label cost per day dot text equals CDEC, this guy, we already defined it here. This time this guy dot to string, again we have to use the currency C. Okay, and then we should be appending something to the text. How do you append in Visual Basic? Just put a and symbol, that will do the append. So per day, append means there are two strings here. First string is this one, second string is this one. You join these two string by this letter and. This is the Visual Basic way to append it. Okay, do you remember it? Will you remember? Okay, so let's go to another thing we have to do. So total cost needs to be initialized, so we can do um, label total cost bike rental, that should be initialized to blank. And also um, we need to, oh, that should be uh, text, it's blank. And then also we need to do number of rental days value text box, which that should also go away. It should be focused actually, focus, so that will come in front of us. I mean, that will be the box where the user will be prompted to do the things. So that's about it. Uploading the form, and if we test it, let's see. Now you can see very clearly that you have it here, $995 per day. It shows up. Okay. Now we have to do the clear button. So clear button is pretty simple, you know. So we have to borrow this one. Sorry, not this one. We have to do here uh, number of this text box needs to be clear dot clear. Okay. And then we should do we should repeat this one. So you are cleaning up your areas, text areas, and also you need to do this one, focus, bring it to focus. So I believe we got everything, right? So let's give it a try. So we get um, this one. So let's put some number, let's say 5 days. So you got, oh, this is disappearing. Let's see how we can fix it. So number of, what is going on, level total cost, oh, it is not like that. You should do level total cost, this one, this text, not the other text. The text is should not be cleared here. So let's bring it up again. So you can see it, everything is there. Now let's do 10 days, let us say. So 99.50, let's clear it. So like this, you see this is in focus, everything is cleared out. Now exit, it's gone. So that's about it. I mean, so I illustrated you how to build a simple application from nothing, from scratch, to the beach bike rentals application. So if you have any question on it, I mean, what I recommend, within the first day of your um, week, you should try it out. If you have problem, please reach out to me within Tuesday, I would say. If you cannot finish learning this application by Tuesday, it will be hard for you to complete the assignment. So please do it. Okay. So I think I can sign off right now, because we explained everything we needed in this lab. And yeah, I mean, looking forward to hearing your feedback, your questions as usual. So yeah, okay. Thank you.